What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of All the Mod 7. Episode around 30 now. Times are just flying. Today, we need to get started into another mod that we haven't touched yet because pulsating black hole. So we have all of our components minus this one, sigil of suppression. Now, sigil of suppression comes from an alchemy array with blood magic. Okay, so we need arcane ash. This isn't too bad. It's just a couple items that we already have, lots of this stuff from to make the arcane ash. But we don't have, a blood orb. To get a blood orb, we need an altar. To need an altar, altar we can just craft. That's not bad. However, let's go further down this rabbit hole for a second. We need suppression agents. Okay, bucket, not bad. Teleposer. Okay, so we're gonna have to make this easy for the most part. However, we need a tier 4 altar for this. So I think the first thing we need to do is we need to get started into blood magic. And for blood magic, we need to figure out how big of an altar we need to do. Now, the max size altar we can make is a tier 5. We only need a tier 4, but we're going to take a look at this and see how big this thing is. Just to give you some perspective, this is a very large structure. Okay? And when I say very large, I mean very large structure. So if we let's just anchor. We need to anchor this to something. Here, let's anchor it on this tree. So to give you an idea, this here is a tier 5 altar. So we need to go out 1, 2. So we need to come up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks is what we're going to need to come up. So I'm going to take a look and see where we're going to put this, and then we'll be back. I think we will probably put this thing in probably the mining dimension is what I'm thinking. So let's go to the mining dimension, and we will figure out where we're going to put this, how we're going to put this, and we have to have plans for a future slaying of guys, because we're going to need a lot of blood, and for the blood we're going to need space. And I think this general area over here probably wouldn't be bad. I mean, we have our occultism over here. Might as well make a blood magic-y area. But I think we want to put this. But I do want to put this somewhere where it's chunk loaded. I mean, we could throw it down there. Will it fit right here? I mean, technically, it would fit. We could put it right here. All right, I'm going to get some blocks, and I'll meet you guys back in a minute once I determine where we are going to put this. Be right back. All right, so here we are. I think we're going to settle on this spot here. So we need to place the altar right where this current block is. So step 1, let's make an altar. All right. So if we take a look at our blood altar, it's just a furnace with some polished andesite or diorite or anything like that. So let's grab our altar, and we're just gonna plop him right there. Next step we're going to do is I'm going to lay out where all of these sigils are supposed to be. So I'm going to build this off camera real quick, just so we can see how big of a block structure this is actually going to be. And then I will be right back. All right, guys, so here we are. Here's our layout of what our altar is roughly going to be our footprint. So all of the blue turquoise cobblestone that we have down, those are eventually going to be runes, capacity runes, storage runes, speed runes, all of that kind of thing. But before we can even get started in this, okay guys, so the very first thing we want to do is we want to make ourselves a sacrificial knife, which is just some glass, some gold, and an iron ingot. And we're going to put that on us now. Now, everything that we're going to do here, it's going to hurt us. And then we also are going to want a weak blood orb. So we're going to need one of this. So we're going to need a diamond, and then we're going to need a tier 1 altar. So let's grab a diamond. Now, one of the things that this thing is going to do, so first things first is we're going to right click, and it's basically, it's going to take a heart of damage from us, but in that it's going to fill up the altar so for every right click that you do with your let's grab some food so that we don't kill ourselves. That would be wise. So for every right click that you do, it is going to cause 200 LP to be transferred inside of your network. We should really make ourselves a divination sigil, but let's right click, let's put our stone here, and basically what you're going to have is if you right click an item into the altar, it's going to use the blood that's in the altar to transfer it into the crafting ritual. In this case, we're taking a diamond and we are making it into our weak blood orb, and there we go. That's our weak blood orb. Now, when you get an item in blood magic, you want to make sure that you bind it to yourself. So the first thing you want to do when you get any item from blood magic is you want to right click it in the air, and it'll give you a message saying that this item now belongs to first C. Oh, well, we died. Mistakes. Let's go get our stuff. This is what happens when you right click too many times, for the record. Okay. I know, we just killed ourselves. Should we really be doing this again? The correct answer is no. No, we shouldn't. However, all right, so let's make ourselves a divine sigil. Divine sigil. So our divine sigil is made by putting redstone, an alchemy array, redstone and an alchemy array with a blank slate. Blank slate is just any type of stone. Now, not cobblestone, but it has to have, Minecraft stone tag associated with it. So if we grab stone, and it said we could use dark stone. So let's just grab, a stack or 2 stacks. I don't know how much this we're gonna need, honestly. Let's grab a chest, because again, I don't know how much of this we're actually going to need. So let's just as a holding bin, let's put our stone in there. That way we know, hey, this is the stuff that we're going to be needing to do, needing to use, all of that kind of thing. Now, let's check the book. So we made ourselves a sacrificial knife, and the altar starts the blood level. Blood altar will attempt to start a craft. The first item you'll need is a weak blood orb, which we've done. To upgrade the altar, you're going to need runes. Okay, so what we need to do, blood altars. Alchemy arrays. Alchemy arrays are simple effects that originate from circles that are drawn on the ground using arcane ashes. They are simple to build and really useful in both early game and late game applications. So first thing we want to do is so right off the bat, we need an alchemy table. So let's get ourselves a alchemy table. Alch tab. That's going to be difficult. Okay, yeah. So slate. Yeah, we need. All right. So if we grab one stone, and we give ourselves some death, and we place this in here, this should give us our first slate. And I'm sure there's ways to automate all of this stuff later. We'll figure it out as we go, but we have our first slate. So now we can actually craft our alchemy array. So let's craft that, or our alchemy table, rather. And we'll throw our little table down over here, I guess. Yeah, sure. I don't want it to face like that. Why you be derpy? Here, face this way. Yes. This way we have our magics. All right. Divine Signature Alchemy Array. We need to make ourselves. So let's get some redstone, some dye, gunpowder, and coal. So redstone, coal, white dye, and what was the other one? Gunpowder. How much? I don't know how much gunpowder I have. 700. We're good. Okay, so what we do is we take, we put all of these items inside of our table. Orb's tier is not high enough for this recipe. Insufficient soul or blood orb is not bound. Okay. So the other thing you can do is if you put your orb inside of the altar, it will suck up the blood, for the lack of a better phrase or word, and put it inside of your soul network. Your soul network is your personal reservoir, tank, whatever you want to call it, of life inside of your network. Let's grab a golden apple. I know I have a bunch of these. Okay, I have 3. We have a bunch of carrots. Let's. Can we put our carrots inside of here? Let's take out those for a second. Here, let's put some food in here. All right. So now if we put our orb inside our table, now you see it's going to use up some of our life essence to produce our ashes. So yeah, there we go. And 1 ash. Do these not stack? Really? Well, that's really? Now I don't want to use all of our life essence, so let's, yeah. So we'll stop there. Oh, why are you still you must have took all of the life essence right off the bat. Oh, okay, whatever. I'm just gonna leave those there. All right. So divination sigil. So actually, let's grab one of those redstone. We're gonna need this. So I think the way this works is you right-click on the ground, and then you place redstone. In this case, we're gonna use redstone, and then we're gonna place our blank slate, which we don't have a blank slate on us. So let's make another blank slate. Where's my knife? Just I might need this. There we go. So give me slate, please. Give me slate. And then you're going to right click on this with, so then you're going to take your slate, you're going to right click on this, and it's going to perform a nice little miracle transition thing, and it's going to craft your item that you're telling it to do. Now again, when you get something new, right click, so it binds it to you. This tells you how much essence you have in your personal network. Then if you right click on an altar, it tells you how much is in the altar. So we have four. So we have, it says it's a tier 1. We have 4,000 life points. So if we right click, 4,600. Whoop. So we'll do a couple more times and stuff like that. All right. So this is the basics of blood magic. Now, we need this though, and we need that, and we need a reinforced slate, we need a void reagent. Now, for a void reagent, we need to have at least a magician's blood orb, which is a tier 3, archmage, which is tier 5. What is an apprentice? Apprentice is a tier 2. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to make runes to go around the altar. So if we look at the book, again, we'll come back to all of this stuff. But if we go into the book and we go into our altars and we get our blood altar and we go to tier. Here's how you make your blank rune. So we need we're gonna need a bunch of blank slates, and those turn into runes. And then you're gonna place those runes around the altar here, and then that will make your thing. So I'm gonna make a bunch of the blank slates here off camera, and then we will upgrade this to a tier 2. We'll be back. Okay, guys. So here's what we did. Obviously, we are still sitting here stabbing ourselves. I went ahead and was trying to figure out how to easily automate this. The problem is this. This needs to have blood at all times for this to work. And right now, we just don't have that. But I went ahead and set up a simple little logic controller. Just export this stone out of here, throw it on the altar, wait for it to transform into our slates. When it's done, pull it out and put the slate back inside of here. That way it can go. And we can just sit here, wait for our life to restore, do a thing. I might maybe I'll build a beacon right here and see if that can't give us like regeneration while we stand here. So, but yeah, for now, what I'll do in between episodes is, like I said, I will create a bunch of these blank slates. We'll throw it around here. We'll work on upgrading our altar to the next couple of tiers so that we can advance and we can make it so that we can advance and that we can make it go into, so we can make our star. Because again, we need this sigil suppression to do this, and we need that. For that, we need a demonic slate. So we need to get up to a tier 4 altar. Past that, everybody have a lovely rest of your night, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.